Good morning, this is Carmen McPhail from United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine, and today I am at 29 Mackenzie Ave, and I know you guys are going to be like, Mackenzie Ave, yellow house. Well, this is a different house than the one that I have had for sale before. That one is under contract, by the way. And we are standing here, and we do have frontage on Mattanawcook Lake, and we'll take a look at this cute little 1,100 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Before we go in, I want to tell you, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that bell so that you don't miss any of our videos, because if you miss our videos, you're going to be crying when you don't have the house you want. Come on in and let's take a look. This is the front porch, and we're going to go directly into the living room. So this porch is unheated, but it does have enough heat in it that they keep their freezers out here. Probably saves on energy in the winter. So let's take a look inside. We're here in the living room at 29 Mackenzie Ave, and this is a laminate floor. You'll see laminate floors and rugs throughout. They're in decent shape, easily replaceable. What I wanted to show you in this room especially is the pellet stove. The current owner uses this as his primary source of heat, and he only turns on his oil forced hot air furnace when it's below zero. He really used like 0 oil last year, and he only used 4 tons of pellets to heat this whole house. As we go throughout this house, you're going to notice a couple things. One of them is that there are mounts and there are other hunting paraphernalia throughout the house and throughout the grounds. That's because this person owns a guide service. Don't worry, they won't come with the house, so you don't have to live with them. To my right is one of the bedrooms, and to my left is the full bathroom and the second bedroom, and then the third bedroom actually has a little more privacy, is right off the kitchen. So we're standing in the first bedroom. Current owners used this as a craft room for a while, but it is, it's a decent sized bedroom. I will note that there are older windows in this house, so that's going to be one of the things that you're going to want to think about putting vinyl replacements in to increase the efficiency of this home, so you could save a little more on pellets or oil, whichever one you choose. This is the one and only full bath in this house. House this size, really more than one bath wouldn't even really make sense at 1,100 square feet. So this bath is a little bit dated, but it does have Corian countertops. It does, all of the fixtures match, and it does have some good storage. There's also, in front of me, there is a storage area for linens and anything else that you have that's extras in the house. So there's plenty of storage in this house. We're here in the second bedroom. Again, this is a small size bedroom, but there's plenty of room for a bed and a dresser. One of the things that I like about this house is everything is on the same floor, so there's no worrying about stairs unless you want to go downstairs to the basement. I'm standing in the eat-in kitchen. As you can see, they have a huge table here. A small round table or a small square table would give you a little more room, but as you can see, there's plenty of room for a large table if you need one. Also, the furniture in here, the hutch there and the cart behind me will not be here, so that will give you even more space. So you could have a small table area over here and then have a center island if you feel you need that. So I'm in the third and final bedroom. They're all about the same size. All of the bedrooms do have rugs on the floor. They could use replacing, but again, you can customize this house the way you want it. You can put different rugs on the floor. You can put laminate in here. You could put wood floors in here, whatever is your style and your taste. So I have actually asked them, sellers, to not do those things, because whatever they picked out probably wouldn't be what you would. So I'm here in the entryway. This is how you'd usually come into the house, not through the front door. You can, but most people in Maine use the entryway to come in. It also leads right out to the backyard, to the deck, and it also has its own heat source. There is another pellet stove here that he uses, and it keeps this area nice and warm, and you can open up the kitchen door that way and let that heat into the kitchen as well. There's also a propane stove that is all hooked up and ready to go. He doesn't have propane. There's many ways to heat this. You could move that propane heater out into your garage if you so chose, or you could move the pellet stove out into the garage so that you'd have a heated garage. This area is not completely finished, but it's completely functional the way it is. We're gonna head downstairs to the basement, but one of the things I want you to know is inside this door is where you go to the basement. Inside this door is also a pantry area. And you're like, okay, how can that be helpful? It's over the stairs. There is a door here that drops down so that you can walk on it and get to that area. We're gonna go from here, we're gonna go out, take a quick look at the basement, and then we'll talk about the outside. We're standing here in the basement. As you can see, we have gravel floor, we have cement block walls, but we just had a hurricane and there's no standing water, so it's fairly dry down here. Also, I wanted you to see that we have a forced hot air furnace that's fairly new. Like I said before, the current owner chooses not to use that, but it is fully functional and it uses, #2 heating oil, so it's a little less expensive than kerosene. There's also an electric water heater, and the washer and dryer are actually down here too. So there is a 200 amp electrical entrance, and as you can see, it has some good modern wiring. It also is public water and sewer. So this room finished here in the basement is a perfect place for your craft room or your hobby room. If you tie flies, this would be good. If you do quilting, you could, have your sewing machine down here, or you could, put a TV down here so that the kids don't have to watch with you. Let's head right out onto the deck and we'll look at the garden area and the fenced pet area. So we're out here on the deck, and this deck is actually between the garage and the house, so you have some good privacy here if you want to sunbathe. Also, it leads out into the fenced pet area, and just outside is the garden area that they have. They do container gardening, but you could easily have a garden over on the side here too. And yes, the cat belongs to the house, but is not going to stay with the house. So we're here in front of the house, and this house has over 250 feet of road frontage. I believe it's like 275. It also has 200 feet on Mattanawcook Lake, which we will look at in a few minutes. But you can see that there's plenty of room to put a garden along here or behind the fenced area. So this lot starts right here by the edge of this stream and goes all the way up to, that's the house with the metal green roof and the yellow siding. So it is a lot of frontage. This is all grown into wild roses. So that's pretty cool. And the lot across the street is actually a pumping station for the town. And so the lot across the street here is actually owned by the town of Lincoln. We are down on the lower end of this lot. And as you can see, the lake is right behind me. The town of Lincoln will allow you to put in a dock here, and your dock can start before the marshy area so that you can have it out into the lake and get your boat in and out. Also, this portion of this lot is actually currently a snowmobile trail in the town of Lincoln that connects the downtown area with Lee and Wynn and all of those through a trail that goes right across that lot that we talked about that belongs to the town. So as I mentioned before, there's about 200 feet of frontage here on the lake, plus that little bit of stream frontage. And this lake is Mattanawcook Lake. It's 835 plus or minus acres in size, has a maximum depth of 60 feet, and has smallmouth bass, white perch, pickerel, and sunfish in it. You could put your dock out far enough. It is fairly shallow here where it goes into that stream, but you could put your dock out far enough so that you could bring your boat in. If you use this, some of the vegetation would disappear and you would have a nice place to swim or wade. So I'm standing beside the pole barn, and one of the things that I have thought of is, if this pole barn wasn't here, maybe you'd have a better view of the lake. But then behind me is this shed, which you could easily make into a little cabin or even a guest cottage, or maybe your little summer getaway, and you would have beautiful views of the lake and be a little more private than sitting up on top of that hill. As you can see, the pole barn is huge. I mean, this is a full-size tractor, and that shed is all the way back there, and it does have a garage door in it so that you can put stuff in there if you wanted to. But I just wanted you to see the actual size of this because it is huge. I am standing here behind the garage. There's this nice cleared area. Like I said, this would be a great spot for a garden. Or you could, you know, make more lawn if you didn't need the fenced in area. You could open this up, and probably with a little trimming and guidance from the code enforcement officer, you could open up a decent view from here as well. One of the other features outside of this that I wanted to mention is that they have planted different types of fruit trees along this fence line. And, you know, that is always a bonus to your property, especially if you are somebody who, you know, loves to play in the outdoors. So I want to recap on this for you, and I want to talk a little bit about the town of Lincoln. The recap on this house is, it is 29 Mackenzie Avenue. It is listed at $220,000. The taxes are $2,481.98 for 2024. And the lot size is 0.77 acres. We have 290 feet on the road, and we have 200 feet on the lake, and then we have a little bit of stream frontage. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, all on one level home that does have a full basement with 1 room finished down there. This great hobby room. It has an attached 2-car garage. It has a pole barn. It has a nice shed that kind of could be changed over and be an accessory dwelling, or just be, you know, like your little summer camp getaway that looks down on the water. And it's just a cute little place. It's right here in town. It is only less than a mile to downtown Lincoln. It is less than 2 miles to Penobscot Valley Hospital. And it is less than an hour from Bangor, Maine, which is the next big city. Thank you so much for coming on this tour of 29 Mackenzie Ave with me today. I really appreciate you guys watching. And all I can say is like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of our videos. And if you have interest in this property or questions on any of our properties, don't hesitate to call us. At the office, our number is 207-794-6164. Again, this is Carmen McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties, and have a great day, guys.